Hey people, Indrid here, 3v3 Judgment of Carrion, blue team. Got some Space Marine players. Boogeyman as a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, can get a melee weapon, can support with structures and repair too. Klaus Schwab, also known as Overtly Generous, rocking an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Rounded off the team, Stolensoul as a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat with some powerful disruption and support. Let's see how the Destructor goes, shall we? Surely he's going to use it. Oh, those fellas are quite split up though. It might be worth saving it actually. Going for it. And it wasn't great. The red team have Imperial Guard players, Captain Slog, with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee begins with a Refractor Shield. We got some Armageddon Steel Legion here. oLev with an Inquisitor. Offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee, but can get specialized ranged weapons. Just use Hammer of the Witches on that Techmarine, but I think is going to get shot up and have to leave here. Yep. And rounding off the teams, DeleD with a Brother Captain, a durable hero that walks through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support, fighting in melee. This blue aura here is We Are the Hammer. Starting ability of the Brother Captain does not go after the Guardians. Perhaps thinking they just duck into the garrison there. Look at Overtly. Already getting a flamer up, pushing up the east side, coming around. Tried to get onto the power, but now is being mobbed by a strike squad. Lord Commissar and that Brother Captain. Stormtroopers also here. They've dropped a model though. Apothecary gets out to fight. More Stormtroopers coming in. Need some support from their Eldar ally. Stolensoul is moving up with Howling Banshees. Big threat to the strike squad. Flamer doing some work. Apothecary has ducked back inside, I suppose. Strike squad actually getting quite low here. Can the Brother Captain walk through this stuff? I think you need heavy crush. The big fat heroes have medium crush. Looking for a grenade. It's a beautiful grenade from Stolensoul. And the strike squad wipe. A little bit sloppy maybe you could say there from DeleD. Just kept going. Trying to tie up those tactical marines so they can't bash the power, but Banshees are here now with power melee kicks. Double Guardians with battle equipment. Brother Captain should be okay, but I think they're going to get fully power bashed. Meanwhile, though, Scouts got harassed off the wreck point in the southeast. This is Overtly Generous's base, so they are giving up this power here, the blue team. And red team also doing well down the west side, grabbing natural wreck point. They've decapped the natural VP. Classic map, I think. Judgment of Carrion. I wish it was played a bit more. Oh, Lord Commissar went down. I think it is quite laney and it is quite narrow and restrictive in some places, but which can lead to nasty retreat situations, which is maybe why players don't like it. Full bash and a steal, and they've noded it. Howling Banshees with aspect of strength. Overtly Generous with his classic build so far. Purification Rites and customized Stormbolter on the way, which means the Scouts will get shotguns next. Sometimes I think he gets shotguns first. There are some viewers, I should point out, maybe they're players as well, I'm not sure, that really dislike the way that Overtly Generous plays 3v3s, which I don't really understand. I think it's super interesting that he's developed this playstyle, which is not, let me tell you, not easy to do. There's a reason nobody else really does it. Trying to play sometimes all the way to tier 3 with only tactical marines and scouts, and it's all about the Apothecary positioning is the way it's able to be done. Very aggressive on the power bashes. It's not like he's rude to other players or cheats or exploits things. I mean, some people in the comments say, oh, he's exploiting going to tier 3 and getting Terminators. It's not an exploit. It's just a unit that exists. So I'm very, very confused by the sentiment in the comments sometimes. I know it's not everyone, but there are some. I mean, they're obviously welcome to watch whatever replay they want, but replays are the lifeblood of the channel, so I very much appreciate players sending them in, although I often find replays on the Dawn of War Elite Mod website these days, because they have trio and 2v2 matches there, which is where I got this from. But I think it was sent in afterwards by a couple of people. 468 to 447. So yeah, there's my piece about Overtly Generous and his very unique playstyle. I mean, how many players can you say have developed such a unique playstyle like that. Maybe Noisy back in the day when he played 1v1 tournaments and would go triple heretics into stuff was really good using that build. Dark Riku's, I think, known for very patient play. Very patient, very steady play. But doesn't really have a specific build, I don't think, like Overtly does. Tech's always known for playing the strategic element of the game incredibly well in terms of capping points and maneuvering around the map, I think. Holy Hammer from back in the day, very aggressive playstyle. Same with Keltus and Edger. These are a bunch of people that don't even play anymore. But you don't really see it in 3v3 scenarios with this kind of unique playstyle and unique build. And I'm sure it does fail very often. You just don't see those games because they probably end quite early. As I said, not easy to pull this off. Especially on a big map like Judgment of Carrion. Losing their power here. There's something you need to get on. You don't want to let Overtly Generous or Space Marines in general tech up in a 3v3. Because, yeah, I mean, it's part of the faction that you can carry yourself, especially in a 3v3 when you have allied support with a relatively small army of your tanky Marines, and tech up and become unstoppable. Especially when you play a support hero and play it very well. Interceptors in the mid from DeleD. Did not replace the strike squad, did get some purgation up, and red team are going to grab the mid. 455 to 446 on the VPs. Interceptors teleporting in. Banshees run away. And another thing before I shut up about this, it's not like the casts where Overtly plays are complete blowouts. They're usually very close games. And one of the reasons I cast them is because the thing I look for first out of everything in replays is the matchup. I do not like casting mirror matches. A lot of viewers don't like watching them either. A lot of people send in games, and I'm sure they're pretty good, and it's like a 3v3 with 4 Space Marine players. I'm very unlikely to check that replay out unless I'm short on replays, or maybe it's like insanely long or something. But yeah, Overtly often pops up in these games where there's no mirror matches, so they often get chosen. Inquisitor down in the southwest corner is going to be very difficult to revive over there. So there's a little tip for anyone who wants to get their replay casted. Much higher chance of getting looked at, checked out, if there's no mirror matches in your 3v3 or 2v2 games. Or 1v1s, I mean. That too. But very unlikely that I get sent a mirror match 1v1. Tier 2s, almost all round. oLev still in Tier 1. I'm sure I've missed a bunch of stuff rambling on about random things. Uncapped VP here. Scouts will grab it back. The Techmarine has grabbed this power, though, and double-genned it. Going for fast tech, are they? Well, I guess the blue team are losing this quite a lot. And this has been bashed. So maybe they have to get those contested powers up, eh? There's also one on the east side, which they do have at the moment, the blue team. Lord Commissar's on it with a power sword. Having a go. Eldar focusing on power bashing rather than capping the VP, which is generally a decent idea early on, I think. Purgation moving up. Interceptors can jump the Shuriken, but then they'll be set upon by the Banshees, which are in position to do so. The Banshee Exarch queued up, who will get a spear. There's the jump, and there's the Banshees, and the brother captain is nowhere to be seen. Don't know where he is. Oh, he's coming out of base now. Yeah, look at the damage from those power swords. Tearing apart those interceptors. Are they going to get out of this? DeleD keeps them in play for a long time, and in the end, judges it well. Had double Stormtroopers and Purgation helping out. Tries to finish him with a teleport. Look how low those interceptors are. 184 hit points on 3 models there. What is this? This is more power bashing. Captain Slog doing a great job pushing this east side. Catachan Devils up. They put an improvised explosive down there too. That's a common retreat path and also path out of the base. What is Overtly up to? Has Tactical Marines Sergeant up. Scout Sergeant as well, as we saw earlier. And a level 3 Apothecary. Are they going to hit these? Oh, they spotted it because the scouts came in range, but they didn't take it out. Marines didn't take it out. They didn't drop a model either. Did kill a scout and a big chunk of damage to those guys. So maybe, yeah, throws the heal out the Apothecary. His heal does get better every level. It used to be every 2 levels, but now it's every level. And combat stim's on the way. I've said it many times, but I wish there were more abilities that got better as you leveled up. Like Destructor, for example. Wouldn't it be cool if that did more damage, or maybe took on entirely new effects as the Warlock leveled up? Maybe left behind a little damage of a time lightning thing, or increased the speed of the Warlock for a few seconds after he uses it, or something like that. More abilities and traits tied to levels, I think, is quite fun. And an interesting design thing you can play with. Captain Slog with a Primaris Psyker on the field. 413 to 419, very, very close on the VPs. Well done on the west side. Boogeyman, bashing power, gets onto the cap as well. What's this guy doing? A single artillery spotter trying to shoot at the Tarantula turret, which they've dropped some smoke on. Bane Wolf coming in, that should make short work of it. Very good at dissolving structures, that big chem cannon. Apothecary now levels to 4. I don't see combat stims on anything, but he has no energy left, so may have used it on summer. Level 3 Tactical Marines, they're getting so much XP just roasting guardsmen and stormtroopers and stuff. Just got suppressed. Oh, by the Primaris Psyker. And his Terrifying Visions or something, or is it Strip Soul? I think I always forget which one is the suppression. Autarch drops in. Support Sub-Commander for Eldar. Provides a damage resistance aura. She's chasing after the Sentinel. She's very quick on her feet. Awesome ability, can jump around and buff things, and even very slightly heal things. The Autarch's another prime example, because her heal when she leaps is so small. It seems so small. That's something that could ramp up maybe as she levels up. Techmarine is level 2. Maybe the turrets could get better as you level up. How about that? Bane Wolf has taken a bunch of damage, probably from that melter gun here. And may have got orbed as well. Still a flamer there. Oh, we do have a las cannon. Maybe Librarian support to help that guy out would be good. With Veil of Time, or maybe just throwing Veil of Time on the Techmarine to chase better. Smoke came in and shut down the range there. oLev's Bane Wolf needs repairs and gets repairs. Down that east side again, Captain Slog has the power. Patrician's harassing Marines, shotgun blast. And now they're closing for melee. These guys do have power melee weapons. They will tear apart those Marines, especially with that much health. Apothecary's trying to get here for a Purification Rites heal, and does get it. Barely gets there in time. They weren't knocked over by it because they were in retreat. Why did they retreat, actually? Maybe because they knew the Apothecary was on the way. And they might have wiped if the Purification Rites was a decent hit on them. And they were all bunched up. Triple cap for the blue team here. That was a warp throw. Autarch leaps in alongside the Warlock there, and the Witchblade of Kurnus is in. Big power melee weapon with the Ethereal Slash. Kind of surprised we didn't see it go off there, actually. Interceptors run away with their Justicar. Purgation coming in. Get some suppression, and then they're in troubles. Grenades. Tanked it with Distortion Field there, since I guess grenades count as ranged weapons or ranged attacks. Banshees run, Autarch runs, Brother Captain coming and clearing house. Has the Unending Purge. Healing on hit. And also get some energy regen. There's the Bane Wolf slowing down the Warlock. Does a special attack and runs away. Plasma Cannon on the field now for Boogeyman. There it is. More Stormtroopers up late game for DeleD. That's weird. And Stormtroopers in for oLev. Really, really rare to see Stormtroopers purchased for the Ordo Malleus after Tier 1. Maybe if they are needed to support a vehicle or something. But DeleD doesn't have any. Tier 3 for Stolensoul. Overtly Generous already there. And has tons of red. Can drop Terminators in soon. Just needs 100 power. Then maybe get a Land Raider for the mid. power bashing the mid with the Bane Wolf. So many power bashes on blue team's natural powers. Still Stolensoul able to go tier 3. Overtly didn't get anything else, so you can understand that, but I suppose, well, he only got an Autarch, but also got Warlock War Gear and is getting a fusion gun now after the Executioner. Can she switch between them? Is that a change that I've forgotten about? Might be. She's done it to go after the Bane Wolf, the Autarch. Level 2. Doesn't have the energy to leap after it, but is getting some decent rear armor hits here. Hammer of the Witch is coming in though, I think. Maybe. Throws up her shield, the Inquisitor, and just runs off the Autarch. She's so quick when she retreats. Bane Wolf needs repairs. Stormtroopers can't do it. Red team have this power up now. Fully genned, and I don't think they paid for any of those gens. East side, red team having a push against Overtly's power, which is uncapped. Brother Captain's got the Nemesis Demon Hammer in, and Mantle of Terror is up for battle rights. They changed this, didn't they? Demolishing Strike, yeah, only stuns now. It does not knock back. And stuns, of course, are amazing against Terminators, which is perhaps why they got it. Just needs to get them to stop moving for a second, maybe. Couldn't quite do it. Purgation Squad at level 2. So they can use that Purge Soul thing now, which does percentage-based damage, which I imagine is pretty good against Terminators, or could it only target heroes? I have no power, dude, says Captain Slog. Can't stun with you there. Not sure what they were talking about. Oh, maybe... Oh, the Psyker's dead. Maybe he was talking about the Psyker. Trying to mess with the Terminators. Primaris Psyker would be pretty good against Terminators. They do have a way to mess with movement without suppressing, I believe. 334 to 310. Interceptors looking for targets. They go for the Terminators. I think they should have gone for the Guardians there and chopped them up. Warp throw. Purgation. You alright, fellas? Maybe not. Warlock's in retreat path, and so much blood coming out of those guys. Interceptors having to get out. DeleD could get some Grey Knight Terminators, which have nasty power weapons in tier 3. So perhaps we'll see them. They have gone tier 3 now. Autarch jumping in with the fancy fusion gun. Bane Wolf still around though. Done really well for oLev. Very experienced player, oLev. One of the old guard. Has to retreat past missile launcher tactical marines and power fist terminators. It's not going to go well. As soon as I say the Bane Wolf is still around, down it goes. Sentinel still around for Captain Slog. Did very well. Crack missile actually got a shot there on the Terminators. Now, Terminators used to be large targets, so anti-vehicle weapons would be guaranteed to hit them. That was changed, and they became medium targets, I think. So anti-vehicle weapons can still hit them more than they could regular infantry, but it's not I didn't actually like that change. I like the fact that las cannons and stuff could hit Terminators, guaranteed kind of thing. Gave you another option. Brother Captain, level 2. Was that a casting animation there for battle rights? Maybe. You okay, Mr. Sentinel, buddy? Getting repairs, level 2. Another good crack missile shot on the Terminators, but does go down. Did pretty well, though, that fella, away. The Stormtroopers now have their Acolyte guys with Fanaticism. Again, the Interceptors go for the Terminators. I think they should go for this blob of stuff, because they can knock them over for a start. Maybe just hunt down that Apothecary, perhaps. Overtly can't path away if you teleport on him and he falls over. Purification Right Seal in amongst all the Stormtroopers there. Overcharged Plasma. Does Overcharged Plasma... Does it do damage, or is it just suppression? I think it maybe does a bit of damage. Mines dropped by Captain Slog. Overtly does still have scouts with the Sergeant, though. Terminator's getting very low. Oh, teleporting over the wall, or through the wall, I guess. Interceptors teleporting away from the scary Banshees. Guardians Warlock fella spotting those mines over there, so they didn't go off. Warp throw. Pulls them towards the Banshees. Bad news for the Interceptors. They promptly leave. Ouch. Ethereal Slash right in the middle of triple Stormtroopers there. Oh, double Stormtroopers, I guess. A little bit sloppy from DeleD to let them be pulled in and then not move them. Oh, I couldn't save those guys. Demolishing Strike comes in a little bit late. Takes one out. Wait, why was the Warlock knocked over? Oh, the mines. 273 to 310. Meanwhile, on the east side, Lord Commissar has gone down. We have Cyclone Missile Launcher up for Overtly's Terminators as expected. Was this nerfed in 2911? Did the... I think the cooldown went up, didn't it? If not, it should soon. Storm Lord on the field for oLev, but Boogeyman has dropped in a Venerable Dreadnought. As super heavy tanks go, this one's not great at taking on vehicles. It does have a couple of las cannons, but it's much more suited to mowing through a bunch of infantry with the Vulcan Mega Bolter. Warlock is down. Some battle right support here, but the captain's level 2. Banshee's coming in, needs to time this Demolishing Strike well. Here it comes. Cool animation on that. Surprised the Banshees didn't try to bait that a bit, actually. Yeah, Banshees got wrecked there, and they're getting a full power bash to the red team. Still has a Venerable up the blue team, though, and a D-Cannon and those Terminators, of course. D-Cannon very good on the center of Judgments of Carrion. DeleD down to just 2 units. Tons of resources, though. Captain Slog asking for help. Oh, Lord Commissar's down again. Needs to get revived. Should get revived from there, Mr. Commissar. But the Captain... Oh, it's going to take him a while to get over, though. Needs to cap the mid first. 237 to 291. Venerable Dreadnought stomping around. Going mid. Techmarine gets the revive, level 3 now, with Signum Armor. More range damage. And a little bit of health. Stormlord is waiting for the attacks. Strange place to take the Stormlord. Maybe they want to try and camp on the VP. Bad place to be, fellas. 2-to-1 cap for the red team at the moment, but there's some sneaky scouts from Overtly doing sneaky scout things. Looks like the brother captain's on the way. More Terminators from Overtly generous. Yeah, and it's nasty. The Cyclone Missile Launcher in the mid here is very nasty. I think it got nerfed. I think the cooldown got increased to 60 seconds because it was 40 seconds. Still so good, isn't it? Chunk of XP for the brother captain. Lord Commissar. Oh, runs instead of capping there. Maybe thought that the scouts were still around. Paladins called in by DeleD. These guys unique to the brother captain. Nemesis Demon Hammers with heavy melee damage. And the awesome Holy Grounds ability too. There's marked target on them though. And they're taking huge damage from Melter. Venerable Dreadnought also in there. There's Emperor's Fist to stun them. But the captain goes after the Techmarine, which I think was smart. Uses VR the Hammer to get some splash damage for the Banshees. Demolishing Strike goes in, then runs away. Paladins, wow, they took a lot of damage. Paladins took a lot of damage and they run away. Might need Grey Knight Terminators as well to cleave through these Terminators. I don't think you want to get Vortimer Razorbacks when they've got double Cyclone Missile Launchers here. Banshee's War Shouting, which doesn't suppress the Paladins. Someone mentioned that it also gives them a damage boost when they War Shout. Is that true? I've never been aware of that. And I don't think it says that on the codex either. But I'm often wrong about abilities even after all these years. Lord Commissar with the Emperor's Wrath flak jacket as well. Fire Prism on the way for Stolen Soul. Land Raider Crusader is what DeleD goes for. Captain Slug with another Stormlord. Where's their first one though? Oh, they are just camping the VP. Fair enough. Getting a power bash though by Overtly. Venerable Dreadnought hanging out. They also bash this, of course. 214 to 249. Some maneuvering then. Looks like Slog just wants to go mid and try and cap the VP here. Oh, switching back to stubbornness for now to get some healing. Plasma cannon is destroyed by the Stormlord. And let's see if oLev can defend, because Overtly's on the way with double Terminators and missile launch attacks. And they can combat stims that Cyclone missile launcher, I suppose. Look at that power bash over there. More Terminators coming in, this time from Boogeyman. Power Fist straight onto the Stormlord. Yeah, I think the Stormlord's in a really bad spot. I'm surprised it was pushed up so far. Because now look, 3 Terminator squads, a Venerable Dreadnought and a missile launcher all on it. oLev does have a lot of resources though. They could just get another super heavy tank pretty soon. And they did lock down the VP for a while, but they're definitely going to lose this thing. Inquisitor does have Purgatus. I think she was trying to use it there. Trying to get close enough to use it. I don't think it would have saved the tank. But would have helped maybe. Would have held up this stuff a bit longer. Couldn't quite get the Vendread down. Stormtroopers were trying to, but they could not. Can these guys get away? Power Fists having a go. Oh, they wiped the Stormtroopers. Rocket run. Good hits on those Terminators. Killed one. You have Blessing of the Omnisci active to heal the or repair the Venerable Dreadnought. Repairs all allied vehicles on the map. Paladins with We Are the Hammer going after a Fire Prism. And that's a bad place to be for a Fire Prism. Down it goes pretty quickly. Nasty place to put your mines as well, Captain Slog. That could do a lot of work on retreating Eldars. Primaris Psyker is still up. Red team have the mid. They have a Land Raider Crusader here. Blue team are taking their natural back in the southwest. What is this? Oh, there's the scouts. Oh, the Inquisitor dropped Hell Fury on them, I think. Gonna need to keep something here. It's annoying, but they can't let those scouts just keep pushing that. Down to 95 VPs are the blue team. 2-1 against them. DeleD has a nuke available. oLev needs to try and recover here. Thought they had more resources than that. I guess they did have a bunch of reinforcing to do, didn't they? Which would have drained their requisition. Paladins need to be careful not to get caught out. Level 10 Apothecary here. Warlock. I was going to say, yeah, the Warlock will do a lot of damage with the Kernus, Witchblade of Kernus, but cannot fight Paladins. Not sure what they were trying to do there. Overtly is now camping the natural VP, well, defending his own natural VP on the opposite side of the map. Lots of storm bolts of fire, and down goes the brother captain, level 5. Oh, assault cannon in here too. Well, look at that. Didn't get in a cyclone missile launcher. oLev says stay. Perhaps talking to Slog here not to rotate west. Lord Commissar got shot to death. Oh, the Emperor's Wrath artillery strike still comes in. There was Ethereal Wave from the Primaris Psyker. Maybe makes it away. Rangers on the field. Oh, Rangers debuffing with the pistols. And Autark got the kill. That was a bad fight for Slog. oLev was not a fan of that move. Paladins. Can they hold this line? Canticle of Absolution, I think, is up, is it? Oh no, I think that's just the aura from the Land Raider. Holy Ground's thrown in. They could not hold the line, it turns out. That's an Eldritch Storm. Can they finish it off, though? Here comes the Stormlord. Stormlord very effective against heavy and super heavy infantry. And that's an orbital. I guess the teleport wasn't available. Oh, I should have split the beams up a bit more, though. Paladins are okay. Some good hits on those Terminators there. 33 to 244. Boogeyman just had a rough fight, I think. Venerable Dreadnought still alive. They're down to just 2 units, but one of them's a Terminator, one of them's a big old Dreadnought fella. oLev gets Kashyyykin up. and has given them no weapon yet. Probably plasma guns, eh? Stormlord pouring DPS into those Terminators. Apothecary there with a level 10 heal though, ready to go. They're trying to get after him, but Overtly's so good at keeping that Apothecary out of trouble. 33 to 234, single cap now for the blue team. Apothecary runs, so there's no more Apothecary support here. Where's the Inquisitor when you need her with Purgata, say? She is in the middle, too far away to use that kind of thing. There's Onslaught. Is that what it's called? No. I can't remember what it's called now. Incinerator is in for the Paladins. I don't know why they purchased this. That's such a luxury purchase, isn't it? I guess it's good against the Eldar, but doing not a lot against triple Terminators that Overtly has. Oh, you guys need to be capping. Or are they waiting for the Lord Commissar to show up before they start fighting? Level 4. Is he in retreat? Oh, he's just in retreat. Oh, did that set off their own improvised explosive there? 33 to 217. Warlock is still down through the mid. D cannon sets up. Land Raider Crusader did survive. It's a Lehman Rust now for oLev. Risky with all these cyclones up. It is risky. Especially if they try to go for Executioner. There's full auto on the Inquisitor. Battle Rights popped in. Oh, didn't hit the Paladins though. Angels of Death used by Overtly Generous. Global ability granting 50% damage resistance to all of your infantry and weapon knockback immunity. Not full knockback immunity like it used to have. Avatar of Cain going after the Land Raider Crusader. Alongside some Banshees, Avatar provides huge buffs to nearby allied infantry. A powerful combatant in its own right, of course, as well. Stormlord would do a lot of damage to it. But needs to get close enough first. Interceptors don't really want to fight this thing. They could teleport and knock the Banshees around. They kind of did. Okay, some Plasma Guardsmen will help out. There's Wrath of Cain. Crusader is okay for now. Double Dreadnoughts, another one for Boogeyman. Level 4 Techmarine. Stormlord having to back off here. 29 to 207. Red team's natural still under assault by Overtly. Look at all the cyclones. Somehow they didn't wipe it. Missile attacks getting shots. Apothecary taking a back seat for now. Combat stims are on those tacks there. But I don't think the Stormlord's going to make it. Stormlord goes down. Anti-armor Stormtroopers having to leave. And maybe wipe? Yes, they did wipe. 2v1 here, says Captain Slog, yep. And I don't think it was wrong for Captain Slog to take the Stormlord mid. Maybe it would have been better to escape back through here, unless he was specifically trying to actually contest that VP with it. Paladins capping mid. Double cap low for blue team. Lord Commissar revives the brother captain. Dreadnoughts getting repaired by blessing of the Omnicide. Stolen Soul with Seer Council on the way. Here's the terrifying army of Terminators. With all of that. With all of that. A lot has been said about Terminators not being limited to one. I mean, I can see the reasoning for limiting them to one, especially when, you know, the Seer Council and things like Bullgrins and stuff are limited. The Lehman Rust with Vanquisher does get the Venerable Dreadnought down. Was that guy level 4? Yeah, he was level 4 with Dark Age as well. Level 6 Warlock here. There's a double cap for blue team still. Can red team get there now? These Terminators. DeleD. Now down to just 2 units though. I wonder if Grey Knight Terminators were the better choice compared to the Land Raider. Just try and put more pressure on these guys, and then maybe some Purifiers perhaps. I mean, Terminators are very, very powerful. No mistake. But they do have counters. And they do have an Inquisitor on their team too. With Purgation. Or Purgatus with Purgation in it. Mandate thrown up. There's the Purgatus. See a council get all stunned and stuff. Guardsmen desperately trying to cap here. Nothing I can do versus all them Termi spam, says Slog. It's definitely going to be tough. They do have double melter stormtroopers, but trying to get those guys close to actually do some damage is not easy. Rocket run. Some decent hits, but I mean, they're bloody Terminators, aren't they? And this is without armor of the Apothecarian as well. They still basically haven't dropped a... Have they even lost a model, these Terminators? Very, very difficult to deal with. I mean, there has been misplays on the red team, for sure. Haven't played it perfectly, but... You can't play everything perfectly. It's just very difficult to deal with this. Is the beam going to knock them off the cap? It does not. I don't know who nuke... Oh, that was probably Boogeyman's nuke, was it? 23-48 single cap for blue, and they're capping mid. Desperation for red team. They're now quite depleted. At least DeleD is. I mean, they still have paladins, I suppose. Plasma trying to do the work against the avatar, but it's a big old avatar. You guys need to be shooting. Oh, there's Melter going in. There we go. Shuts them down. Was waiting for the other stormtroopers, I think. And look at that damage now. Inquisitor. Are you going straight for the... Oh, they got something on it. Stormtroopers trying to get the decap. Double is in, though, for blue. They just can't get their natural back, the red team. It's been camped by triple Terminators. And Overtly has the resources to get more Terminators, but just need to, like, sacrifice his scouts or something. And there's the game. Blue team with a double cap at the end. Holding on. Carried by those triple Terminators. They just really struggle to deal with it. I mean, it's difficult to deal with. It sure is. Maybe the Grey Knight Terminators instead of the Land Raider. And obviously just like keeping stuff alive in general. The Stormlord pushed up the west side by oLev was a big risky play. Especially when you know you're up against Overtly. And Overtly is usually so mobile across the map. Perhaps, I mean... Perhaps he just didn't expect Overtly to show up from the other side of the Judgment of Carrion with triple Terminators, I guess. But there you have it. It was a very close game. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. And I'll see ya next time.